After defeating Justin Gaethje at UFC 254, Khabib Nurmagomedov announced his retirement from the sport. Dana White recently came out and said that Khabib was very emotional that night and said that he'll likely come back for one more fight. Khabib in a recent interview spoke on his emotions after his win against Justin Gaethje, where it seems like he's not planning on returning to the sport. Speaking to RT Sport, he went on to say this fight was like no other. The emotions in this fight were completely different. Everything was completely different without my father. I was offered the fight right after everything happened. I had the decision to accept it or turn it down. Nobody knew about this, or retire, or I could come back, fight and then retire. Now I tell people close to me that aren't happy with me retiring that even if I fought 10 more times, I'd still have to face that decision. This decision could come up when I'm 32, 34, 35. It's a hard decision because I've been fighting all my life. I've been on the mats as long as I remember. It's difficult to leave and do something else. People can't understand it, but what can you do? A 3-round welterweight bout between Mike Perry vs Tim Means has been targeted for UFC 255. Mike Perry is coming off a unanimous decision win over Mickey Gall, and Tim Means is coming off a unanimous decision win over Laureano Staropoli. A 3-round women's flyweight bout between Cynthia Calvillo vs Chuki has been targeted for UFC 255. Cynthia Calvillo is coming off a unanimous decision win over Jessica Ai, and Chuki is coming off a TKO loss to Jessica Andrade. Israel Adesanya on the Errol Helwani's MMA show speaks on why he's moving up to light heavyweight.
Maybe during fight week, not just me, my team, like I said, it's not just me. Like, I don't just make the moves myself. I am but just a person, a canvas with a gang of artists who help create this masterpiece you see in front of you. And they have families, they have, some of them have jobs, they have obligations. Even one of my trainers, Twister, 2 spinal surgeries. And I'm glad he's feeling better, so I can't just decide what I want to do. I have to check with my team first. So we decided around fight week, and I was really going for the Cannonier fight, and I was getting, but this would make more sense. I was like, we'll see. Like, it wasn't really something that I was hungry for. I was looking forward to that Cannonier fight, just because I thought it would be epic. I mean, maybe we were just not meant to fight, but yeah, it was during fight week that the seed got planted, and then, yeah, it made sense to me. It made sense to me with the landscape, I think. It's like the universe just gave me the most awesome alley-oop, like, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Dana said. And then I just said my piece, and I told him why it makes sense for me. And the plan's always still been there. I've been saying this. I even said it about Robert when I was in my debut of UFC. I didn't call him out or anything. I just said, if Robert's still the champion, I'll take the belt off him in 2019. And there wasn't anything, no disrespect, but I said it and I got it done. I've been saying I'm gonna f this dude up in 2021. But I'm like, people are just, oh my God, it's so funny.
Glover Teixeira at the UFC on ESPN 40 Media Day gives his thoughts on Israel Adesanya moving up to light heavyweight.
I think it's more interesting right now. John Jones is moving to heavyweight. And Blachowicz just won the title. He's a new guy in Horizon, and these 2 guys should look at it. Looking for John Jones for so many years, and now it's a different guy. Everything's possible. We see after this fight. Go over there and make some noise, But I never really talk too much shit, but if I have to do a little bit to promote this fight and take Adesanya out of there and get the title fight, that's what I'm gonna do. Get it back in 185.
Go. We ready?
You gonna hold it while you do your thing?
No, I got it right now. Okay. You're on.
Oh, me?
Gotcha. So we're filming a body collision center in Vegas. Come check them out. Fix your rock. They got Bentleys and stuff here. Pretty dope.
Ray Longo on the Annick and Florin podcast gives his thoughts on Uriah Hall's TKO win over Anderson Silva.
Look, I'm just not a big fan of a 45-year-old guy going up against a younger, experienced fighter. I don't see the point in it unless, you need money or whatever it is. And I don't even like that. But I want to remember that guy for who he was. And that's why, again, like he even said it in the post-fight interview. It's like, fighters, it's hard to walk away. It's hard to walk away. And that's why I really admire like the Khabibs and Cejudo that can walk away at a time when they're at the top. So we're never going to see those guys get the knocked out of them, 4 or 5 times in a row. And I think there's something to that. I might be in the minority, but that's the way I feel. I want to remember Anderson Silva for when he was Anderson Silva. I didn't even want to see that fight last night. And my concern is that, that Uriah Hall's such a nice guy. He really is. And you could see the emotion. I think that's real, man. That was one of his idols that he had to beat the crap out of. And I thought like the first 2 rounds, I thought Anderson looked great hitting the mitts before the fight. I thought his movement's still there. You could see for a 45-year-old, he's absolutely fantastic. There's no doubt about it. He's still good, but to compete in this arena against younger guys, that's a different level. He's going to be able to do what he did last night forever, I think. At this point, he could go another 5 years. I thought he showed, and I don't know if that was Uriah Hall respecting him too much. That was my point. I thought Uriah was such a nice guy. He might even let him win, try to make it look good, and who knows?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Motivational Monday, brought to you by Smart Cups, the world's first printed beverage. The word that comes to mind today is adaptation. The reason why is because I think of somebody like Anderson Silva. We all saw his fight this Saturday, and I don't believe it's an age thing. I do believe it's more of an adaptation thing with Anderson Silva. The reason why is because there's 2 things in war. There's war, and then there's guerrilla war. Understand that at times you can't just hit people with war. You're not 25 no more. But what you do have is you have experience, and you have to be able to use that. And when I go back to war and then guerrilla war, is at times with guerrilla war you don't need that many people in order for you to win, because you're a lot more tactical and strategic. So again, make those proper adaptations. If you guys want to be successful, be a chameleon. Adapt.